Let's begin! First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. In Pirate Flight, you take to the skies in 3 different locations. To boost, you press the X or R2 button, which you will be doing a lot of, especially as the normal flying speed is quite slow. Collecting hearts refills your fuel, which you will obviously want to do, as running out causes you to start the stage again. There is a very generous amount of hearts in each location, and they are quite large in size, which makes the fear of running out of fuel nearly non-existent. There are 3 types of challenges that you will take part in. The first is going through rings in a certain order. It's very unlikely that you will miss one of these due to the controls being spot on and for rings that are quite big. This mode is the easiest of the 3, but the other challenges are really not that much more difficult. The second challenge is racing, where you'll be joined by other AI controlled opponents. In these races you must go through gates in a certain order. You don't actually collide with other planes, they simply move out of your way. It does take some of the challenge and intensity away, but does add to the casual and easy feeling that the game is going for. The third and final challenge type is balloon popping. In this mode you will need to shoot balloons that are located in different areas of the map. To help guide you to the closest balloons, there is an arrow found inside your plane just in front of you. It's very easy to aim at balloons, but your bullets do disappear after travelling for a long distance. It takes some of the fun away, as you don't get a chance to show off and get a long distance shot. However, shooting balloons that are attached to other planes does take a slight bit of skill. You can also pop for balloons by flying straight into them. 2 of the locations unlock after you obtain a certain amount of stars. Navigating your way through the new locations does get slightly harder, as the game demands tighter turns. You can actually select what pilot you want to play as. Most of them are locked at the beginning and require a certain amount of stars to unlock. Changing to a different pilot doesn't really have any purpose though, other than giving you a sense of progression, as they only appear in the main menus and after you finish a challenge. Now let's take a look at how immersive this game is. The depth on everything is superb due to the simple textures. The 3 environments are very basic and each one doesn't offer too much visual variety. After only a few challenges in each, you have seen most of what they have to offer. The stats inside the cockpit are easily readable and crystal clear. A quick glance is all that is needed to know how well you are doing, and the textures are pretty decent inside the plane. The loading times are extremely quick. If they wasn't, it would have really hurt the game, as some stages are over incredibly quickly. The music really does grind at you after a while. The same upbeat track is played in each environment and is even heard in the menus. Unfortunately, turning the music off in the options also disables sound effects. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I played this game in a seated position just under 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was fine and the game did not make me motion sick. This game is played with the DualShock controller. The other controllers are not supported. In the options menu you can invert the Y-axis if you want. Currently the game does not have an option to get rid of the blinders, which are the black edges seen around the screen that help with motion sickness. The developer is working on an update that includes an option to turn them off, which he is hoping to release as soon as possible. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. It took me just over an hour and a half to beat all the stages, and I did achieve 3 stars on each. Unfortunately, after doing this, the trophies don't offer an incentive to return to the game. In total there is 11 trophies that can be achieved. There is 6 bronze, 4 silver and 1 gold. 3 of the trophies are tied to unlocking each of the locations, and the other trophies are awarded for unlocking the pilots, so there is an incentive to collect all the stars, as they are the currency that unlock the pilots. It really is one of the easier trophy lists in a PSVR game, and getting 100% will be no trouble at all. And now it's time for the verdict. Whilst playing the game, I couldn't help but be reminded of Frog, not because of the actual gameplay obviously, but because of how casual and simple the game is. The gameplay is solid overall, but for most gamers there won't be enough depth to its mechanics to keep them engaged. This game is certainly aimed towards a younger audience. If you get motion sick in VR flying games, then this game may be a good starting point, as most of each location's stages gradually increase in length. Some of the shorter stages are a bit ridiculous though, and their inclusion does feel a bit pointless. Overall, it really depends on what type of VR ride you're looking to go on. One of these, or one of these. The blinders can be quite distracting, so when the game has been updated with an option to turn them off, I will let you all know and leave a comment under this video. As always, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more PlayStation VR content.